Hello, good evening. Welcome to Poetry Open Mic Asheville here at Sovereign Kava. My name's Kevin Evans. I'll be hosting. All right, we still have some space on the sign-up sheet as well. The first spots are 5 minutes, then they're 10-minute spots, then go back to 5 toward the end. But y'all be sure to sign up if that's something you might be interested in. Otherwise, enjoy the show and maybe you'll sign up in a future time. We do this every Wednesday. Sign-up's about 8 o'clock. All right, I'll start out with a few poems and we'll get it going. All right, I don't think I've read this poem in a while. It's pretty short. It was written a while back. It's called Marginally Young. What happens when the milkman goes missing? One October evening, orange juice drinking, tasting the autumn, smiling his best, brightest reflection. A little girl on a milk box stands next to him. He's still smiling, but the whole picture is a question. Question. What happens when the milkman goes missing? Do you visit him in the land of nothing? In the time of what did they expect? What did they want? He stepped away for a cigarette and never came back from lunch and never came back for lunch. What happens when the milkman goes up and missing and he was hardly even done? Marginally young. Oh, thanks. All right, so a side note, it is Willie Nelson's birthday. I think it's his 93rd birthday, so happy birthday, Willie. And this piece, written on some random junk mail envelope, is from April 29th, 2020. It's called Soft War of Washed Polka Dots. Luck, the ladybug, polka dots soaked in honeysuckle buttercup sud tub, tracked by pollen into forest fire, knocked wood chopped into bless your soul, the marsh, the wolves even gentle with your sun and moon phase mimicking wings, hooves of wild boars even pour holy dust into your path. You crash into the science and math that magically tumbles out of deep, dark, chocolate-adorned skies as twilight waters softly ripple in ethereal snore. Luck, the ladybug, will you teach us the art of the kindest, most gentle of wars? Thanks. And one announcement, and I'll make it again, but the first event of May Day, this Friday, is the Lactones. The Lactones will be performing at the stage. Lactones are the house band for the Kava bar. And there's some familiar people you might know. Caleb Beister, Aaron Price. Yeah, all kind of folks. So y'all check that out. All right, so this one is called Chopped Praying Cypress Knees on the Missing Piano. On the edge of the Brown Ridge, our lifeline was split. Just beneath the breezy timbers, the cypress hidden in its dying waters. The knees praying for natural baptism in the drowning. Not everyone, everything was made to float, made for swimming. And many elders always professed that if God had intentions of us flying, we would have been manufactured in the clouds with wings. I still wonder if most of our wings are there, just invisible. A mystery and a secret it takes a whole lifetime to know. Until we crack the code, bust the message in the bottle that falls out of thin air to bust our head wide open. Well, I can't perceive my wings, nor have I been baptized officially. If you are the praying kind and you think any of this matters, pray for me. And then save and send a prayer for everybody. On the Brown Ridge, do you know that I still pray for the whole world? Even if it don't hear me. Even if I myself am beyond saving. Thank you. I'll do one more, and we'll get on to the list. Sorry, I'm dripping like crazy. I'm dripping like it's 100 degrees. All right, so this one's called Praying. I haven't read this in years or even really considered it in years, but it's been popping up lately in my digging. I need you to sell my soul back to me. I know for sure I can't have it and keep it for nothing. I know just the same picket fences and pearly white gates cost. And there are no rights or wrongs we have done that the heart can just write off. Some weary mind's gonna wanna know, unsatisfied, restless in the midnight twilight, where the feeling goes. How do we go about filling these holes upon the potholes on the road where pot, crack, and ass are sold, and feline hats and plastic little knapsacks for anything from vehicle to gold? Therein lies a crossroads where the preachers, politicians, and pimps showboat all aligned with the dove and crow. Feel the heat of the rusting oven below. Read the dream first silently of untainted paradise above the city and country farm. Beyond a dream you can carry in your hand, in your heart, or in your arms. Sometime briefly tonight when the wind is calm, all desire and woe released in deep breath in the first early sightings of the dawn. I need you to sell my soul back to me. Mystic winter raincoat for the big storm. I know I'll never keep it unless I deserve to have it on, as we earn our stripes and scars. For any conscious ridden alibi victim, it's hard to lie when you know you're wrong. But in the shady spotlight, the wolf must quickly learn to walk. Preachers, politicians, and pimps hanging on tightly to the constantly shifting winds. And when he can't pretend, when he no longer can pretend, they still listen. They still listen when the people see through the glimmer overwhelming of the city key. To see a somebody in the crippling struggle likewise, where he's not just a good, bad, nice, or wise guy. When in darkness better still, he shall still shine. That's when the people can speak and breathe eye to eye. I need you to buy your soul back. I know for sure on earth it must be quite costly. For all the things we lack, only have the power upon the day's end to get our own lone whole soul back. When the temptation to grasp the whole world as a trophy burning and run with it to every corner is smoke and hickory mystique in every single dream. Preachers, politicians and pimps praying. Thank y'all. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all listening to my little rants, internalized, externalized rants. But we're going to start the open mic here, and I believe first on the list, if I'm not mistaken, it's Starlina. Y'all welcome Starlina to the stage.
Hello everyone, I'm Starlina. I will be doing one song. This is called Grab My Stuff. I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried, I tried. I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried, I tried. I tried. I tried to make it through the night. Threw on a dress after 2 texts at bucket. Couldn't take 2 clean steps in your bedroom. You said down this wine and you'll feel better soon. I haven't learned my lesson, I'm a fool. Lost my vision, intuition's been quite shaky as of late. By my own volition, it's sadistic, back in a grip of rage. Nails clutch the bed, disassociated, bruised and red. Exposed, alone, with nowhere to go, bleeding out on the tile floor, pinned down to the ground with one eye blurry fixed at the door. Was too misinformed to know none of this was normal. I left my body to free my mind. I tried. I broke down when I looked in the mirror. Only when I drown does anything get clearer. I dream of sand and a happier me, but there's just dust on ceiling fans, rabbit ants at my feet. That's what I call reality. I feel stupid, I feel dumb, I feel useless after we're done. I lay there for 2 minutes and then I grab my stuff. Don't you fucking touch me or try to grab my thigh. You won't ever love me, so you don't get to look me in the eye. I told you you're meant nothing, we both know that's a lie. Am I something worth loving? Will anyone ever try? I went to work the next day, walked it off, laughed it away, didn't have a tear to cry. I kept my head down and my brain fried. I gotta make it home, I wanna try to make it through another night. Starlena, Starlena, all platforms. I write, produce, sing all my own stuff. Thanks.
All right, let's keep it going for Starlena, y'all. Oh, yeah. Love the creativity, the energy. There we go. And she is number 1 up on the list of the 5-minute spots. Appreciate y'all coming. We still have a few spots left here on the list. All right. And remember, the first Friday of every month, the Lactones, the house band here, plays. And this Friday is no different, May 1st. So y'all come and check that out. Next up on the list, we've got Arête. Yes, sir. Welcome Arête to the stage, y'all.
Farewell, dear ladies, I'm leaving Cheyenne. Farewell, dear ladies, I'm leaving Cheyenne. Goodbye, my little pony, my pony can't stand pain, oh pain. I'm leaving Cheyenne. Goodbye, oh pain. I'm leaving Cheyenne. Paint's a good pony when she paces when she can. shine. Goodbye, old pain, I'm leaving shine. Paint's a good pony, and she paces when she can. We'll set down the blanket and the green and grassy ground, and the horses and the cattle all grazing all around. Pain, oh pain, I'm leaving shine. Goodbye, oh pain, I'm leaving shine. Paint's a good poem, and she paces when she can. My feet are in the stirrups, my bridle's in my hand. Goodbye, my little Annie, my pony won't stand. Pain, oh pain, I'm leaving shine. Goodbye, oh pain, I'm leaving shine. Paint's a good pony, and she paces when she can.
All right, that's Emmett, y'all. And I'm not the most well-versed person. I believe that's a fiddle. But beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's keep it going for Emmett. Hell yeah. Remember, we do this every Wednesday. Sign-ups 8 o'clock. We start around 8:30. I appreciate y'all coming and joining us. Remember, up front, near the register, Nathan is registering people for the Mountain Express Best Of and all that, so y'all can vote for your favorite Kava bar, favorite open mic, and all that good stuff. Hell yeah. Next up on the mic, I'd like to welcome Dan to the stage. Give him a second to get a guitar together and whatnot. But also remember, on Tuesdays, there's the open jam as well for all the musicians and different forms of artists and artistic expression.
No. Okay. Oh, yes, sir.
All right, once again, this is Dan on the stage. He's gonna do a little something for you. Y'all welcome him.
Is that all right? Hi, I'm Dan. This is a song I wrote after reading a lot of the Discworld books and just thinking about the Grim Reaper as like a kind of chill guy that's just there to listen to you on your way home. It's called Death's Prayer. I don't know if it's wonder pain rattling the world today. I'm feeling a change in the flow where the river of life wants to go. I wonder if anyone knows. Swear I'm dipping my toes. They all think there's shapes the lives of you and me. The one people call destiny might one day be a tree. And I pray for the living, they will wash away all the souls in the river, flow one by one to the sea. And I pray for the living, pray that they may find tools to carve their name into stone. Another patchwork of fabric is sewn, a desperate hope for your life to be known before it all goes their way. But even stone is washed away with the flowing of each new day. But in that current there can be so much play. So how long, if you got your way, would be enough time for your name to stay there written in stone? I pray for those on the river, it will wash away everything. All those stones on the river flow one by one to the sea. I'll hit it someday. I blinked once, and in that time they built a place called Rome. Blinked again, and it was gone. Immortal Rome returned to Rome. If it all returns to dust, what's the point of building it at all? Can we find peace inside a dream when it falls? Now the river's knocking at my door. I think I'll let it knock some more. Half the time it's selling war. So I ask, what is it? What is it? A dream is for. Oh, the water wraps the iron cross, bringing with it grief and loss for all those souls unwilling tossed to deep and dark among the cold and old, the cold and old. They do the best they can, the best they can in the world below. Thank you. Are you next? Go.
All right, that's Dan, y'all. Yeah, let's give it up for Dan.
Can I sit?
And he has he has been loaned the guitar by Rachel, who is now on stage.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, this is very cool. So I'm very new at this and very nervous, and it always seems like it's going to be a good idea until I'm sitting here. But I'm going to do a song by Tom Petty, and I love this song. I used to sing it to my daughter sitting with us here because she belongs in the Wildflowers. All right, we'll try it. I usually forget the lyrics. Can you hear me then? I'm gonna try to speak into the microphone too. Okay. strums. Let me just continue. Okay. Sorry. Sabotage. Anyway, thank you. It's such a cool place. Thank you.
Let's keep it going for Rachel, y'all. It's a beautiful song.
It is a beautiful song.
Tom Petty.
I switched it all around.
All right. We appreciate all y'all coming, whether you've been here before or not. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Next up, I'd like to welcome Luke to the stage. Y'all give it up for Luke. I believe this is his second week here.
Hello, hello. It's good to be back. I see some familiar faces. All right, so I only have 4 for you tonight. The first one starts off on a bit of a somber note. I try to round it out with hope. This one's called Worry. I wake in worry and strife. I fear what the day may present to me. I know not when anguish will strike. I know not how long I will be. I must keep for those I love deep. I must keep for those that love me. And this one's called Right. Right. Like a fucking fiend. Right. Write about love. Write about heartbreak. Write about passion. Write out that review you've been wanting to get down. Write out that text you've been needing to send. Write out that essay you've been procrastinating on. Write with chalk, write with quills, write with pens, write with blood. Write on sidewalks, write on walls, write on paper, write on your phone. Write. Get it out. Legitimize it. Write about anything. And this one is called Surround Yourself by Music. Surround yourself by music. Rise to the melodies of Miles Davis. Read to the scores of Joe Hisaishi. Run to the drums of Mario Duplantier. Recover to the heart-wrenching lyrics of Noah Kahan. Let the music you love set the mood to the life you want to live. Be driven by the rhythm of life. Rise to the melodies of a Carolina Wren. Read to the scores of a well-written story. Run to the drums of your feet on the pavement. Recover to the heart-wrenching lyrics of words spoken in love. Surround yourself by music, and you will learn to appreciate the rhythm of life. This one's called The Feeling of Falling. This one's about family. I gaze back at the faces I would have once gone to war for and realize that they are too far away for me to recognize. The house sitting behind them fades to orange in the setting sun. It too disappears into the horizon as I walk farther from its door. I have set my eyes on the canyon. A sheer cliffside sits below my feet and I peer down at its coarse floor where I plan to settle myself in solitude. I've always loved the feeling of falling. My step is stayed by the memory of cool Texas nights and humid North Carolina days, of Christmas Eve gift openings and hectic 20-person Thanksgivings in a house far too small for that many occupants, of a cabin in the sand and a dangerous game of popcorn that may result in another broken trampoline. I've always loved the feeling of falling. In my recollection, I begin to step back from the cliffside and squint at the horizon. The faces are smiling, arms open and welcoming. A curly-haired head, a freckled face, and strands of hair straighter, longer, and brighter than the smile on the face they rest by. These are the faces I had forgotten, the faces of a loving family, the smiles that ground me to this earth, the persistent, loving smiles that make me who I am today. I walk back and meet them with a resurfaced sense of wonder, a wonder in the memories I have recalled. Wonderland Amusement Park awaits us, and the Texas Tornado has just enough seats to sit 4. I've always loved the feeling of falling. And that's it.
Yes, let's keep it going for Luke, y'all. Absolutely. And remember, every performer at the open mic gets a free double shot of Kava. So let's welcome Ben to the stage now. Yep, just give Ben just a minute. Remember, the Lactones play every first Friday of the month. We've got the Lactones. That's always a good time. So y'all be sure to check that out this Friday about 9 o'clock.
Sorry. I'm just going to read a bunch of poems. This is called I Didn't Believe. I didn't believe in fairies until I caught one. Evil little things. She took my gifts and led me along with a set of almond eyes, some soft kisses, and a smile of lies. I just wanted her to blink one more time, to make my cares flutter away to a far-off place. I thought I was going to be a flower you would use to shelter on rainy days. The road to hell was paved with my best intentions, and just like in fairy tales, she was just too good to be true. The silence of forgotten turns warm nights into brisk days. We could have been everything you wanted if you just believed in me. My head is a mess, yet my heart is still on fire. As the wind screams for sanity, I get left wondering about the senselessness of a make-believe life. All stories are so very uncertain until the very end. I guess that makes me reassured, and I also realize that I never trust little flying things. This one's called As Someone Screeches. As someone screeches out a key on the mic at karaoke, who am I to judge? But sometimes things just aren't good, no matter how pure the intention is. I was so desperate, I accepted it. I didn't know God was dead, but God did. I saw a writhing raccoon in the road and felt melancholy. Turned out to be a trash bag. The raccoon kept twisting, trying for one last honest breath. We watched, and I thought, forgiveness comes in so many shapes. You're either born a man or die like a fool. They say madness brings sanity. With jihadic fires burning in my heart, love and fear demanding belief in something you can't see. What is freedom? Is it the emptiness of desire? I was shown a dead squirrel as a kid. It was pregnant. For the first time, I knew that life begins and ends at the same moment. Darkness in me, and I can't find my car. I always park at the pump where the roof leaks right onto me. There's no answer to why. Cigarettes in the ashtray turn to skeleton fingers, crawling back to life. If you look hard enough, things change shape sometimes. Flowers can be replanted or cut dead for the sake of beauty. If you're trying to catch the fog, no one can do that. Like Sherlock Holmes on an opium with a violin, some TV crime junkies know this trope. Old keys don't open new doors. This fire escape was somehow more beautiful. This is called I Think I'm Incredible. I think I'm incredible. I could try to do a backflip, absolutely destroy my porcelain bones, glue them back together, and paint everything gold. People tell me I'm not weak. My bones tell me otherwise. I believe them. I speak in half sentences, hope my telepathy finishes them. It seems to work only on myself. I never listen anyways. I didn't go to college, but I got my dissociate's degree. I'm aware of all of it, unfortunately. It feels like what you put in my heart is illegal. My body feels like a toy rose in a glass pipe. Got a poor boy's blood pumping through my veins. I don't live to work, I work to love. Talk myself out of the half lives that I believe. You don't want to mess with me. I cry easily. I'll never know the capacity I have changed the world. I'm hoping maybe one day I'll take notice. Let love take me home. This one's called It's About the. They injected me with something called mental illness when I was a baby. They didn't like that I radiated moonlight and had stars in my eyes. They were jealous of me. Look at me now. I'm all of this. And when I'm happy, I'm so much more. I throw up pennies in the red oil that drives me all over the walls and floor. I get sad not seeing out of the windows anymore. As the snow screams with every step, the ice gives up and I go on. There's an inner blooming happening. I just sit back and I watch it unfold in the graveyard in my dreams. I lay a flower once a week. All I want is to finally be honest and comfortable with myself. I feel the weight of the world on my shoulders. I lost my innocence when someone else held my heart in their hands. Place a safe bet, I push my heart out on the table again. I'm just trying to meet me in the end. I'm too proud to rise from hell, not until my heart beats free. I'd be as wise as the lamb instead of stubborn as the mule. New ideas often emerge in negotiating the charged space between what is known and what is inherited. I go on. Ski mask on my heart, sometimes you gotta cheat. The flames fill my lungs, boil and burn up my blood. Have you ever had your blood try to kill you? I don't like the person I become when I have to enter my information in with a remote. Spitting off the edge of the world, I've never had no chance. The peak smoke rises out of my eye sockets. There's no one's coming for help. Took a little detour to miss all the signs. I grew up to be a man, more or less. It happened in good time. This is for the ladies. I can write you a poem like this if you want. Just holler at me. This is called Here I Am. Here I am again. My stomach is full of buttered flies. I'm nervous. My dreams are all I have. But then I see you. It's always when I'm dancing on Vaseline. When I stumble into you, there's a new gravity. Still, in my dream, there's a pond at night at some famous poet's house. And that could be us. I know you act now. You want to feel better. You're figuring it out. I overanalyze. But something in me keeps running back to that thought of seeing you. I'll poetry you, even into the deep. I push back from the edge, caught in the pages with your name on them. I'll make beams glitter in the darkness. Somehow there's a reason I get to see you again in real life. I'm not trying to save you, I just want someone to do this with me. Don't tell me where we're going, just take me. I know you put the map away for memory's sake. I left a new one at your door. Hey stranger, when you're ready, step closer. Can I read one more? Yeah. No, not that one. This one's called There's a Light In. Is it unreasonable for people to expect me to solve my problems using the same brain that makes me touch a cactus every time I see a cactus? I can't walk. I'm defeated. Mud too thick to wade through. My feet are flopping fish just out of the reach of my hands. They only know to run. It was impossible to heal. No footing in the sands of time. I let moments go by, trying to clear the dust from my eyes. Don't blink. Don't think. Take it all in. I suck my tears back. Snot. I'm hoping for the smallest of signs. Stay awake tonight. I have to stay awake under the electric sun of night to keep watch over the part of me that's going to die. Tangled up in wires, such a mess, squeezing me. I can't catch my breath. I bend me back again. I feel my heartbeat in the dark. It's impossible to see all the things that I used to be. I try to fix my heart, so I dig it out and pull it out of the darkest parts of me. I see what I am, and I hate it. If you look at your heart sideways, parallel, it becomes a kaleidoscope of light. All your facets flash lasers. It's quite a sight. I tell myself I'll change, knowing I never will. If I wrote a song, I'd pretend I know every single word. Lay my head down on my own shoulder. I will find another way. I close my eyes. I don't like what I find. I'm the only person I can reach, so I hold on to me. I was wide awake on my way to heaven. I slept a little bit on the way to hell. Now I look up and see my face in the mirror. If I could kill the man who killed the man. The night screamed so loud it deafened me. It was just me, myself, and a huge mess left around us. Is this how it happens? Why does the world keep spinning round? Have I already lost it? Thank you.
Yes, that's Ben, y'all. Let's keep it going for Ben. Hell yeah. There we go. Appreciate y'all coming through. Definitely come back and see us. Go see Nathan over there if you're not registered to vote on Mountain Express Best Of. And yeah, we'll continue on with our night. Next up, we've got Taylor Hyatt. Hell yeah. Y'all welcome Taylor to the stage.
Yo, what's poppin'? Damn, Ben's tall as fuck. That's crazy. That shit hit me in the forehead. Shout out Ben fucking coming in hot with the poems, bro. That's my boy. Shout out Ari, fucking always setting up my mic because I keep forgetting to put batteries in my guitar. Shout out everybody, man. Shout out Kevin. Shout out Morgan. Shout out Savvy and Sin. Shout out Nathan running the best of WNC. Real quick, somebody I see had written me in, multiple people had written me in with my full legal name for local villain. So if you end up voting, I think I'm in the songwriter categories under Taylor Hyatt too. That's fine, whatever. But Taylor Franz, Frantz is my legal last name. Don't tell anybody except for if you're voting for me for local villain of best WNC. So I'm just saying, just putting that out there. I'm campaigning for it. I think my ex might have started it. I'm not sure. 2025 made me evil, y'all. It's okay, I'm reformed now. All right. I was planning on playing some country tunes tonight. funny enough, a song that was mainly popularized by Willie Nelson, whose birthday it happens to be today. So Kevin just told me that a minute ago. I had no idea. So I'm going to play that. I was practicing with my guitar a full half step down, not realizing it. So we're going to see how this goes. I just tuned it. All right, this is a song. Funny a woman could come on so wild and so free. But insist I don't watch her undress or watch her watch me. Stand by my bed and shiver as if she were cold. But lay down beside me and touch me as if I were gold. One night of loving don't make up for 6 nights alone. But I'd rather have one than none, Lord, 'cause I'm flesh and bone. Sometimes it seems like she ain't worth the trouble at all. She could be worth the world if you could touch her at all. Right or wrong, a woman can own any man. Take him inside her and hold his soul in her hand. Leave him as weekend, weary as a newborn child, struggling to catch his first breath and open his eyes. But one night of loving don't make up for 6 nights alone. But I'd rather have one than none, Lord, 'cause I'm flesh and bone. Sometimes it seems like she ain't worth the trouble at all. She could be worth the world if you could touch her at all. So one night of loving don't make up for 6 nights alone. But I'd rather have one than none, Lord, 'cause I'm flesh and bone. Sometimes it seems like she ain't worth the trouble at all. She could be worth the world, Lord, if you could touch her at all. Thank you. All right, okay. I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I think I'm going to play a song that I just wrote. I debuted it here a couple weeks ago, but I played it in the wrong key. I think I might try and do it in the right one this time. I can't remember, though. Happy birthday, Willie. 90 still playing. A bunch of my friends just went and saw him the other night. Fucking crazy, dude. I don't think I'm going to make it that far, but fucking shout out to him, dude. Fucking A. Fucking roll one up, man. And, you know, in true country western spirit, we all just having a conversation about this outside. What happened to rednecks, man? Fuck the police. Fucking get your shit together, y'all. Y'all are making a fucking mockery of your goddamn selves. NASCAR was started by bootleggers. Fuck y'all. Anyway, It is a love song. I've never written a love song before. Life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough. But this past year took just about everything I've got. You and I both know that it's so dangerous to go alone. So take this sword before it's stuck in this old rock. Your absence made my blue heart grow 3 sizes the other day. Every time that I would look up at the clock. And when I find that evil wizard that trapped you inside this box, I swear to God, I must free you from your otherworldly prison, so you and I can go fulfill this prophecy. Your heart is unlike any other prism that I've seen. The way that it refracts in only blues and greens. Let's not go and make this something that it isn't. It's been written since the sky came out to sea. Oh, you know, whatever really happened that day, it's tough to say, but baby, you know what I mean. I waited my whole life just for this moment. Not to be dramatic or anything. I can't help it but to be afraid that I'm gonna blow it. But I think that might just be part of the thrill. Be very quiet, 'cause I'm hunting rabbits. And I'm sorry, but I'm going in for the kill. Survival's got me bugging, but at least I've got your loving. It helps me pretend that everything's chill. That's all I got. Local villain, vote for me. Taylor Franz, FRANTZ.
Hell yeah, let's keep it going for Taylor Hyatt. Yes, indeed. All right. Favorite villain right there. Next up on the mic, looks like we've got Malachi. Y'all welcome Malachi to the stage.
Thank you. Check, 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 check. Right. What's up, y'all? My name's Malachi. Play 2 originals for you. move all day as we regress, and every time I speak, I receive. These like a words affecting me, so get lost in these unbound secrets that emanate from your hips. I don't want you in my life. No, 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 no. Nights gone by, no respite. Don't bring it back, just leave it where it's at. Days so far gone, can't believe we've waited so long. Standing in your light easily just in your life easily just breathe alchemy. This constant lightning that I bring, these grounds that pulse in my head, snuck up behind your life again. New shoes, new life, no pain, no gain. Time to trade your problems up. And to everybody passing on the street, I say, what's up? Get these feelings out my head, in my bed, 'cause I don't need you. Tell me what to do. Falling in time with the heartbeats of our lives. You can call me anytime you need my light. All right. Hell yeah. Thank you. The E string is getting all whoopee. When you hit it hard, it goes out of tune. Sign for new strings. That is. All right, this next song, this is my newest song that I've written. I'm quite proud of it. When I'm in a writer's block for melodies and lyrics, I just Well, I write all the guitar parts first, and if I can't figure out a melody, I just improv lyrics. And usually the first scrap of improv lyrics is just real goofy, just to get something out. And these stuck. This song is about a courageous little leaf bug and all of his insect friends and their journey to save the world. I'm a cute little leaf bug sitting on my leaf bug throne. Yeah, a throne I built alone. And I got all my leaf bug friends with me. Centipedes, ladybugs, and ants in company. And we could carry the world upon our shoulders. Ha ha ha. And we could change of those we love. I'm a cute little leaf bug and I'm not giving up. No, this leaf bug's got the stuff. I got the power of sunshine, 'cause every day up ahead my friends say, give us one more, and we could carry the world upon our shoulders. And we could change the lives of those we love. This is the part I need to work on. I'm not stopping this fight, not stopping my life. I'm not dropping this stone, we'll carry this load. And we could carry the world upon our shoulders. And we could change the lives of those we love. Yeah. I'm a cute little leaf bug sitting on my leaf bug throne. Yeah, a throne of grass and stone. And I got all my leaf bug friends with me. Centipedes, ladybugs, and ants in company. Yeah. I still need to figure out the bridge, but I like that song a lot. Thanks, guys. That's going to be it for me. I'm releasing an album in like a month or two, so if you want to know about that, come talk to me. Thanks, everyone.
Hell yeah, that's Malachi, y'all. And in a month, he's releasing an album, so definitely go holler at him about that if you're interested. So that's some good singer-songwriting there, good energy, upbeat. Hell yeah. Next up, if he's still present, do we have Swimmer still present in the building? I didn't see him a minute ago, but Swimmer, are you here? Whoop, whoop. All righty. So next up, looks like Arête. Do we have Arête present? Besides the art on the stage and on the walls and all of y'all? Art. All righty. Now, the next fellow is George. He's going to need a minute to set up and whatnot. But while he's setting up, we can talk about all kinds of things. Okay. Okay, he's going to explain his setup. Give him just a second.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is George, and I heard this was a poetry slam, and many other things happen here, and it occurred to me that probably the most meaningful kind of poem to people is their dreams, because dreams are really the poetry of the soul. And I help people understand their dreams. People call me the REM doula. I help people birth the meaning of their dreams. So to that end, and there's a little interactive, but I have some cards here. If people would like to fill out a card about their dream, it asks for the key information that will help me help you birth its meaning. So I'm going to be walking around, and if anybody is interested, I'll do that. And if there isn't anyone who is going to do that, and hopefully there'll be a few, I will also help people understand exactly how dreams work, so you can start figuring them out starting tonight. So thanks very much.
All right, once again, Art has mentioned he's going around passing around a card or cards so you can write down a dream. And I believe he interprets dreams, is my understanding. So definitely get in on that if y'all are interested in the dream world. Remember, this Friday, we've got the Lactones. That's at about 9 p.m. every first Saturday. Monday nights, you got ping pong. Tuesday, you've got the open jam, starts about 7 as far as the sign up. Of course, every Wednesday, we have the Poetry Open Mic Asheville, which is what's going on right here, right now. Be sure to go over there and see Mr. Nathan at the computer over there near the register to register for Mountain Express Best Of and vote for your favorite Kava bar, favorite open mic, and favorite everything. All right. All right. Just to segue for a second. Art has shown up. So perhaps we could put Art on the stage, and then we will get right back to George. Y'all welcome Art to the stage.
Got to score on the slide. I like that. I usually do stand-up. Tonight I'd like to read an old piece of prose I did like 10 years ago, if that's okay. Sure, that's fine. Okay. So this is something I wrote 10 years ago. I found out today a little bit of an update about it. I'll tell you after I read it. But it's people don't change. You hear it a lot. It's largely untrue. Most of us change over time as we accumulate experience and knowledge. There are exceptions, and those are generally pretty sad. At one of my high school reunions, I ran into an old classmate who hadn't changed at all. His clothes, hair, interests, attitudes, and opinions all were frozen in amber. He'd aged a little, but it was like the theatrical aging, makeup applied to the 70s teen he'd been. As we caught up and we downed a few, he reminisced glowingly. Remember all the hell we used to give Lee Jones? Yeah, I remembered. Lee was autistic. I know now, thanks to 21st century understanding and some personal experience. He was taller than anyone in his class, had greasy brown hair, thick, unstylish glasses, and wore the same green Army surplus overcoat day in and day out, regardless of weather. He spoke with an odd, operatic Marvin the Martian formality that was easy to mock if you were a talented mimic and social climbing little weasel like I was. I knew somewhere deep down that it was bullying. I didn't do it to his face, but I gleefully did my Lee imitation in exchange for laughter and whatever tiny social real estate it could secure, and in doing so, endorsed and facilitated the worst things that came Lee's way. I chuckled when they yelled cruel jeers at him. They threw things at him and I snickered. And when one day, after Lee offered an annoyed protest, one of them hit him in the face several times, I stood by and did nothing. I think about Lee from time to time. I have no idea if he finished high school or if he's even still alive. My fondest wish is that he found his niche and became a tech millionaire, deleting us all from his memory and going on to have a wonderful life. But in those pre-ADA days when autistic teens were ignored or branded troublemakers, those successes were even rarer than they are now. I think about him because I wish I'd done better. I wish I'd been better. And because every day I send my incredible, super smart, quirky, funny, odd-talking teenage autistic son to a public high school filled with public high school students. Sometimes I pick him up and he's sad or frustrated, and when I ask why, he won't say. And I hope his classmates are better than Lee's were. Or if they're not better, then someone with more character than teenage me is standing by. So yeah, unchanged drinking buddy at that long ago reunion. I remember, but not with a smile. I hope if I saw you today, you wouldn't remember it fondly either. So I found out today that Lee Jones died about 2 months after I wrote this 10 years ago, and it just kind of put it on my mind, and there it is. Thank you.
Let's keep it going for art, y'all. Absolutely. And remember, tip your bartenders, all that good stuff. Come back and see us. Next up, we've got Swimmer. Y'all welcome Swimmer to the stage.
Aho, metaquias. Thank you all for coming here tonight, especially the musicians and poets that are sharing some insight and truth to these days of disconnect. Like never before. There's a way out, though. We live in the land of the messiahs, Messiah, the recent Messiahs are in the past were here on 2 legs. Now the Messiahs are back on 4 legs. G-O-D, D-O-G. Here's a song about the Messiahs. I ain't Jesus. Are you looking for him? He's down by the water, and he's sporting a fin. The way I feel it, he's coming back as a whale. Spirit moves way beyond the human ego trail. I ain't the devil. Are you looking for him too? Do you really believe things could be so split in two? How many numbers do you carry around in your head? Do you think the point of it all can be tallied or read? No. I ain't Jesus. No, we come from a different tribe, but on a wiser bud. We both like to imbibe. Check it out. Wherever you may be, love is a currency. I ain't Buddha. Maybe he's coming back as a seed, and he's gonna give us everything that we need. Chew him up, or put him in the ground. Plant the seed, there's enough to go around. I ain't Muhammad. Maybe he's coming back as a spore. Didn't he say that? Less can be more. I think I might come back as all of the above. Time to heal with a natural love. I ain't Messiah, but I used to walk with her, kindest of eyes, and the softest of fur. The way I feel it, she's coming back as a dog. Or you maybe get there by licking the back of a frog. You maybe get there by licking the back of a frog. The danger of these times is we are addicted to the duppy screen. Duppy is a Jamaican term which means soulless. So the new messiahs are here to remind us to take truth and direction from what has a smell. These screens have no smells, so don't take truth and direction from what has no smell. Thanks for listening. Thanks for you guys keeping this thing going for a long time. It's a great ship. What's going on in Asheville has been going on for a long time, but the confusion is going along back. I was out in the Bay Area during Vietnam. Protesting the war was on TV out there, and the Navy was going to take me out for telling the truth. Luckily, my father and my mother went to the Pentagon and found out what they were going to do. So we took them to federal court and overcame them. But now, we're back to another war. And a way out of this mess, from what I heard recently, my lawyer friend, she's constitutional. She's getting together some other lawyers and some people that are aware of what's going on, and meeting at Pack Square on noon on Friday. I hope and suggest that any of you see what's going on and we gather and pull the rug out from this mess. And I'll play you a little bit of James Brown. I feel good. I knew that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would. So good. So good. I got you. Thanks.
That's Swimmer, y'all. Let's keep it going for Swimmer. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a meeting at noon on Friday. Is it at Pack Square? Pack Square, gathering Friday at noon. Legal stuff about the country and the government and things that are going on. Getting back to the Constitution. Appreciate you, Swimmer. Yeah, for sure. Next up on the mic, we've got Rico. Y'all welcome Rico to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great night tonight. Sovereign Kava bars, the best in town, you know. Best drinks. Good people. I got a few poems I'm gonna do tonight. Fully prepared this time. All right. So, I have a book on Amazon right now. It's called Stand on Truth, Faith, Addiction, and Recovery. Go check it out. It's $9.99. If you have Kindle, it's free. But here's some of the poems that are on the Amazon page, or the whatever. Anyway, this is not the end. I've stood on the edge of myself, looking down into a version of me that didn't make it, felt my lungs forget their purpose, like breathing was optional. Like leaving was negotiable. The dark didn't knock, it moved in. Rearranged the furniture in my head and told me I was the guest. And I believed it. I believed every whisper that said I don't belong here. But pain is a liar with a convincing voice, because I'm still here, still waking up with war in my chest and choosing not to fold. So no, this is not the end. This is the part where I learn how to survive myself. Traveler in the dust. made of things I wasn't ready to feel. She smelled like a promise and lied like a prayer, soft enough to believe we built something out of broken instincts and called it love, like that word once wasn't already bleeding. Her touch felt like home. If home was fire, if home was on fire, and I stayed, God, I stayed, watched every collapse like it was supposed to, like destruction was part of the design. I became a traveler in the dust of what we were, breathing memories that tasted like smoke and regret. The weight of what was. Grief don't scream, it lingers, sits in the corner of your room, like it pays rent, like it belongs more than you do. I carry you in silence between my thoughts, in places where laughter used to live, and no one sees it. This quiet addiction to remembering you, because letting go feels like betrayal, so I replay you over and over and over, like a song that hurts too good to turn off. The weight of what was is heavier than anything that is. The hour, time stood still. This one a little rough for me, because the hour, time stood still. I wrote this one. I'm now 2 years. I'll go ahead and put this out there. I'm now going on 2-3 years clean off fentanyl. So, you know. The hour, time stood still. There was a moment right before everything broke where time stopped asking questions, and I lived there in that stillness where consequences didn't exist, where I could pretend I wasn't disappearing. It felt peaceful. That's the dangerous part, because destruction rarely looks like chaos. When you're inside it, it feels like control, like silence, like relief. But silence can become a coffin if you stay in it too long. And I almost did, but I didn't. And I'm here as a reflection and a reminder. Anybody who's going through it, come talk to me. We can get through it together. Modern reflection. We scroll through lives like we don't live and call it connection. Double tap validation, filtered through truth, post happiness like it's proof of survival. We've mastered the illusion of being okay, but tell me, who are you when the screen goes black? Where there's no audience to perform for. Modern reflection don't show reality, they show fear. We're learned packages, we've learned to package. The green herd. For all you green smokers in here, I am on 27 Patton Avenue. It's called Marijuana. Anybody that mentions that they're an open mic performer at Sovereign Kava gets 10% off. So, the green herd. They told me truth was something you obey, but I fought it growing wild, uncontrolled, unfiltered, unapologetic. The green they feared wasn't dangerous, it was freedom. Because clarity is dangerous to systems built on confusion. I don't allow noise anymore. I listen to what's real. Let me repeat that. I don't follow noise anymore. I listen to what's real. And real don't ask for permission. This is the title of the book, Stand on Truth. Don't bend for comfort for anyone. I don't bend for comfort anymore. For anyone, I've seen what happens when you trade truth for acceptance. For you lose both. So I stand, even when it costs me, even when it isolates me, even when the world calls it wrong, because I'd rather be alone in truth than surrounded by lies. On the rise. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. I remember the smell first. Not death, but what's left. When it overstays, sweet, rotten, wrong. Like air itself forgot how to leave. Limbs and trees like broken warnings. Not placed by nature. Placed by something heavier. I stepped through it, careful at first, then numb. Because horror stops shocking you when it comes routine. Trauma doesn't scream, it waits, and it always comes back when it gets quiet enough to be heard. This is the final, and this is called Sick. This is what, I wrote this poem 17 days in the woods. When I wrote this book, I spent 17 days homeless in the woods, locked in, and wrote a poetry book and just put it on Amazon. But this one's called Sick. I don't feel like me anymore. I felt like what's left after everything leaves at once. My skin can't decide if it's burning or freezing. So does both, just to be safe. My bones don't ache, they pull. Like they're trying to escape me, one joint at a time. Sleep, it's gone. Time, fuck time, it's broken. Everything repeats itself. In pain, shapes, loops, my stomach twists like something inside me is angry at being alive. My body shakes in silence like it's arguing with itself. And my mind starts negotiating, telling me this is forever, telling me I broke something that doesn't come back. Telling me going back would feel better than staying here like this. For a second, I almost believed it. That's what makes it sick. Not the pain, but how convincing it gets when you're weak enough to listen. But I'm still here, watching myself, trying not to be. Thank you. Remember, it's on Amazon. The name of the book is Stand on Truth. My real name is Blake Joshua Dotson. So that's the name you have to look up for on Amazon. But thank you so much.
All right. That's Rico speaking the truth. Absolutely. And now, if Miss Savvy is ready. All right. But meanwhile, please tip your bartenders. Please come back and see us as well. Remember, this Friday at 9 p.m., we've got the Lactones. That'll be certainly a good time. So y'all definitely want to come and check that out. Let's welcome Miss Savvy to the stage.
Just gonna sing some Chris Cornell. Pearls and swine bereft of me, long and weary my road has been. I was lost in the cities, alone in the hills, no sorrow or pity for leaving I feel, yeah. I am not your rolling wheels, I am the highway. I am not your carpet ride, I am the sky. Friends and liars, don't wait for me, 'cause I get on all by myself. I put millions of miles under my heels and still you're too close to you. I feel, yeah. I am not your rolling wheels, I am the highway. I am not your carpet ride, I am the sky. I am not your blowing wind, I am the lightning. I am not your autumn moon, I am the night, the night. Oh.
Let's keep it going for Savvy. Yeah. That Chris Cornell, Audio Slave, I Am the Highway. That's the one right there. And remember, tip your bartenders as well, for sure. All right, so next up is we're kind of at the end of the list here, but is George ready? All right, George is ready to come back up and interpret some dreams. Y'all welcome George back to the stage.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. And I especially thank those who gave me one of their dreams. Dreams, a lot of people think they come from all kinds of different places, but ultimately they really come from you. You created them. Dreams are expressions of our feelings, awarenesses, and thoughts about our life at that moment in time. So when you're dreaming about people who have passed, or people you haven't seen in a long time, or places you haven't been in a long time, those are always symbolic of some place or someone in your life right now. So, and I do want to address one thing real quickly, which is how to remember your dreams. Most people don't know they dream an hour and a half to 2 hours on average every single night of their life. We actually spend 5 full years in dream sleep, and they are messages from ourselves about how we're feeling about what's going on in our life. So if you know how you feel about what's going on in your life, you can actually make better decisions. So I got some really good dreams here, and they were, just to describe them, mostly about animals. And animals are very common symbols in dreams for people you know who have those traits, the traits of those animals. So this woman had a dream about an owl, and she was in a forest. Owls are wisdom figures in dreams, and they're also parental in nature because of that. Forests in dreams are places where people feel lost. They're, can't see the forest for the trees. They don't often know where they're going to or where they came from. And in this particular dream, this owl was overseeing another baby owl and a cat. And baby animals in dreams are symbols for fertility. They represent either children or the desire for children. And in this particular case, the woman was feeling as if she really needed to care for these animals. And in this case, she just happens to have a daughter. And she also had a young friend that she's been working with who she was very nervous about. And this was a dream for her really to just get some confidence in stepping up and filling that need that she felt this young person had. And they were going through some difficult times. So she felt quite empowered to go out and do that. She's already left. But another dream, which is pretty terrifying, she had it when she was between 4 and 6 years old. She had it recurringly and often, and it was about a wolf. And the wolf not only terrified her, but made her feel very strange. No surprise. Well, wolves in dreams are symbols for, again, people that have those qualities. The other people in her dream were her parents. And she shared with me that her parents were abusive, and they terrified her. And that dream went away. When you have a recurring nightmare, it's either due to a physiological issue, which can be a sleep disorder, or it's about an unresolved, unrecognized, or ignored problem in your life. The reason it keeps coming back is you haven't dealt with it. The moment you do, those dreams go away. In this particular case, she grew out of it, but she said she just had it recently, and it was about a relationship she was in with an abusive person, and that was just, we can sometimes wake up and go, oh yeah, well I knew that, but when dreams are cloaked in a lot of symbols, it's usually an issue you are having trouble dealing with. And so your subconscious comes up with this much more poetic, interesting way to have you realize what's going on. And in this particular case, she did walk away from that person, and that is a very good thing. When you're trying to remember your dreams, there's really a very simple way to bring them back. It's a 3-step process. Before you go to sleep tonight, just set the intention, I want to remember my dreams, and have that be about the last thing you think about. Then in the morning, as you wake up naturally, alarm clocks kind of mess with that, because we all dream in these 90-minute sleep cycles. And the sleep cycle sends you into deep sleep immediately, and then you work your way out of it. And the last part of every dream cycle is REM sleep. It's when you dream. It's when the brain is as active as it is when you're awake. And yet, your body is paralyzed when you're dreaming. So your brain can really focus on the dreamscape and making it as vivid and as meaningful as possible. So if you wake up slowly, because you've just been dreaming, dreams are like waves on the shore. When we wake up, the waves are going out. If you stay still for maybe even as long as 5 minutes, don't think about your day, don't interact with somebody that's your bed partner, just stay still. Those dreams will come back. You can grab them, and then you want to write them down. And you want to write down just 5 things, and just a word for each. You know, what was the key feeling in the dream? What was the key location in the dream? What was the key action? What was going on in the dream? Who was the key person in the dream? And then finally, what was the key symbol? What stood out the most? And that can be one of the first 3 things, or it can be something else. And that is usually all you need to jog your mind enough to bring it back. And dreams are more effective than a photo album, because not only a photo album will tell you where you were, but a photo album won't tell you how you were feeling at that time. So it's a really important habit to start getting into, to remember your dreams. And probably the most important thing I'm going to share with you tonight about dreams, which most people don't know, even the experts. I am the publisher of DreamDoctor.com. We've collected the largest database of dreams in the world. And so when we look at a dream and a symbol, we've got thousands of them to help us really zero in on what its meaning is. But feelings are unique in that there's the only element of a dream that is never disguised. Feelings and dreams are never disguised. So how you feel in your dream is how you feel about what caused your dream. And knowing that, again, you can make great decisions. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so let's keep it going for George. That's excellent interpretation and information. Absolutely. All right, is Caleb around? Is he ready? I guess not. All right. So one thing, we're going to do a little bonus, because the list we've gone through it pretty quick, and it's not the longest, fattest list, but it's been a good night. Rico asked if he might be able to do a little song. So, yeah, I'm going to invite Rico back up on the stage, and he's going to do a little something, something. But meanwhile, I want to thank all y'all for coming. And it's been a good night, and yeah, we'll keep it going. But here's Rico. Give him just 1 second here. This Friday, we've got the Lactones going on at 9 p.m. Y'all be sure to come out for that. And with all the performers, I know sometimes it's easy to miss your spot or whatever, but please keep a good eye on your spot and keep a good eye on your fellow performers as well. It'll help you be more in line before your spot comes on. That's always helpful, everybody. All right, welcome Rico back to the stage.
Night is like confession, and the highway is my home. We taking from Mars weekend. Everything is wrong. They say Jesus was a poor man. Wish you had a little boy, him and me. Easy on me, baby. Hey, misery. Be sweet, thought of mine, all friend, every time. Is it true? As it turned to stone. And this I got my elbow. Yeah, nine. Leave me smiling and singing. And trying for me to build a bit better at night. His jump is like a dagger, fading full of parasites. Help me thank you, think you want. Help me to make better life. Sweet, sweet heart of mine, I'm gonna get pregnant every time. Is it true? Oh, have you turned stone? Sweet, sweet heart of mine, I'm gonna get it every time. Is it true? Sweet, sweet heart of mine, I'm gonna get it every time. Is it true? Is it turned to stone? Thank you very much.
All right, y'all, that's Rico. Let's keep it going for Rico. And thank all of y'all for joining us tonight. All the people behind the scenes and in front. Please tip your bartenders. Hell yeah. All right, so here momentarily I'll be closing out, I suppose. And yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Y'all just give me a minute to get situated. Thank you. All righty. I gotta play some harmonica, especially since it's Willie's birthday. Interesting thing I heard is that he kind of celebrates the 29th and the 30th because he was born near midnight. My mother has the same story because my grandmother said that the nurse didn't write down the correct time. It was actually the other day. So my mother celebrates 2 birthdays. So happy birthday to Willie. This is key of G. Cheers. All right. So, per usual, I'll read some poetry. You may have heard it, you may not have. All right, this first one. It too, like many things that we have to get out of us, all right? It's not the most pleasant subject matter, but it's pretty truthful just with the essence of the feeling of it, like how people and families and different cultures or tribes hold grudges against each other for eons, sometimes a generation after generation. This was written March 17th, 2014. It's called Unworldly, Unholy. In wartime, in past time, last time you killed my great-great-great-granddaddy. Now I may never be a great-great-great-granddaddy. For what I've done, it is otherworldly and unholy. In wartime, sword shine, sword fight, hardcore times, I killed your great-great-great-granddaddy. Now you may never be a great anybody. For what we've done, it is otherworldly and unholy. In hurt time, desert time, and desert mirage, high, gone. We decide to kill the jungle. We decide to fight. So we drain the river and poison our disease-rotting carcasses into the sea. Just to say, if it ain't my way, it ain't no way for anybody. If it ain't my land with my name, it ain't pretty for anybody. When I spoke of free, I meant only me. Oh no. When we spoke of free, we must have meant nobody. Even self, giving self hell and pseudo self-help pity tree, dying, hanging slowly. If one dies, we all die. If one lives, we all live. Someone to kiss and then miss. If one is free, shouldn't they all be? Wasn't that the dream? Wasn't that the story? You disgust me how you know and scream oppressed and do the same while pounding your chest and howling in your last breath. I mean, we disgust our fucking selves, don't we? Unworldly, unholy. Cheers. All right, this one's called The Slits. I don't remember when I originally wrote it, probably about 12 years ago. Most of our hero days shet off into bottomless glory hole in a box. Presents for all of your celebrations of life held inside. A hell-bent sigh releases all of your hang-ups, your strange cuffs, and your stranger mask that closed you up into half. Most of our superhero praise saved for the wooden box lowering, showering them in beauty, mostly because they're gone. The glowing colored beetles of the summer hide in the ground where they lay their hatchlings. They lie down to hibernate in the ground through the winter. And we can't see a sound peeped of their iridescent night lights spilt out with ease. Only a dream, only a smashing of them sparkly against the canvas of the crazy artist. But people and creatures make love in every season, even if you can't see them. Just as they are born in every season. You can tear away their shine, you can tear away their wings, but there are more, so many more. Most of our imperial days have been cut to the cord. Some lick the poison, some lick the dirt. Some hear the voices, some scheme the bird. Fix the weather meter on the roof. Some talk to you even though you have long since been condensation. You peeled everyone simply for the sensation. You raised them goats, them chickens, and them children all by the same oath. You poke around the corners of the porch to find things your mamas and daddies had left them. Excellence is perhaps abundant if you're looking. Perfection, usually but a grift, to fool a trick, to subdue a myth. Mist, you arrived upon our glasses through windows, trains, and ships. You read the future in past tense, and the water, it reveals all of it. Fog in your morning slit. Slip away. Discover your flowing road as it roasts ready for the roost. You roared some ravens through your teeth, and we all awoke as painted rubber duckies in a mother's means. The stream was but a wet crack in the earth. Cheers. All righty. So, sometimes I'm more prone to read my more disturbing pieces. So, yeah, so this one's called Haunted Nothing. I originally wrote it 2007 or something like that. I was probably in my mid-20s. And it's basically, unfortunately, it is somebody's story somehow. Nobody specific, but, you know, sometimes the narration starts rolling in your head and you see things that may have nothing to do with you. So there's a trigger warning of kind of sex slavish type of activities in this depiction. But yeah, this is called Haunted Nothing. Tara is on the centerfold. She is a marked magic ship sailing into green lights, melted, dissolved, and deceitful in medieval confusions. Courted by a student who went to the best institution in the fertile fields of microchip, statistics, linguistics, and legal deified prostitutes. Smooched by cops and robbers, renting guards and armor, beat you into new truth and tell you who's smarter. Who's got the forefathers figuring them into their wills, vows, and wants? Not ever, as long as you still receive me as a joke. Tara spoke to a man wrapped in such a perfunctory conflict of interest. He just wanted to go to the country and grow his own everything, sow his own dream, owing nothing but the hope and possibility to be free. Tara liked his drive and willingness to put all of his ambitions into a mechanical boat. She too became the machine in a machine when she left home. Tara cooked for him and looked good for him, always treating him like full-grown, worthy gentlemen. All over the world, they spread their loving, till Tara got caught by the aspiring businessman with his cousin, who also happens to be his best friend. The red room set on fire, started spinning. The two relatives collide. You fucking selfish piece of shit. Bam, his head bashed into the pavement. Bam, he slams his head again, cracking his favorite cousin friend. Many lawyers later, many dollars and many a favor, he is not locked up, though he secretly hates her. The woman that came between a man and his very close removed neighbor. She lets him bang whoever he wants in return. She can't leave the house unless a night or a day out for that month she has earned. He sees his brother, cousin in dreams, wondering where he is now sleepwalking, flying through smoky, sunny doors with which the young entrepreneur feels he will never have a key, not until he pays his rent as a tenant of the pimple of disease temple of purgatory. Wakes in the middle of the night, constantly telling Tara that it's just some stupid old bad dreams. Sweating and panting, then getting up and pacing the halls and stairs. Doesn't go into details with anybody about his nightmares and those knife tears. Doesn't even speak of such things, drenched in the depths of a digging psychological session of therapy. He just says, Tara, honey, marry me. She does, like a sick idiot with deeply invested interest. He goes along with it like a dummy still running. Tara is unapproachable. Tara is on the centerfold. Tara is bitter, and she is living her life like it's stolen. There are dead, buried trees and seeds in the seas of her eyes. She is a marked magic ship sailing into green lights, melted, dissolved, and deceitful in medieval confusions. Tara has got a man that hates her. Tara has got a man that she hates. Tara has got a man that hates himself. Tara has got a man that has her number and name. He tells her to do the skin movies for more money. Tells her to bang these guys he knows from school because they'll pay thousands. Voyeuristically absorbs the tapes he records behind his cemented doors filled with steams of semen and revolving mind-fuck war. Recruits other misused gals from Tara's family. Screws them for himself, then throws them to the jacking Johnnies. Makes a business out of these unsavory scenes and things. To Tara, he is a haunted nothing. That's all on that one. All right, I think I'll just read one more and then step on off the stage here. Well, now I'm going to do two, sorry. I lied. We're going to do Georgia Peach Tears. It's from March 27th, 2016. Weep your Georgia peach tears into your chocolate, truffle, satin pillows. Wipe your Georgia peach tears into your red velvet cake sheets. This is only a favored nightmare indeed. All alone in the gingerbread candy mansion, against the blueberry rock hard candy mountains, beside the cranberry juiced sea. Fruit roll up the magic red carpet leading to your wafer door, the fabric flavored strawberry. Kool-Aid flowing through your juice box heart. Now and later's, the square pillows on your couch. Chocolate milk seeped all in chocolate chip cookie foundation. This is sweet old Boggs' house. Scrape the wet cake mix makeup into the root beer float fountain sinking toilet. And all of your crazy gumdrop thoughts pounded against jawbreaker tub and walls, surrounded by edible marbles and balls. This is what you always wanted, so you thought. Earl Grey cotton candy fog in your lawn. Weep your Georgia peach tears back into your heart. Cocoa powder soiled garden is still milk washed. Won't you take your black licorice sunglasses off? All righty. Okie dokie. Has Caleb shown back up? Is he still around, or has he popped back up? Yeah, I just figured I'd ask. All righty. All right, I'll do two more. They're not that long. Well, especially this one. This is called Whistle Britches. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I said that right. Whistle Britches. It's from February 20th, 2016. As the wind whistles into your mystery breeches, you dive divine into candles in the gutter, cornered by all four seasons, your denim eyes locked into the trip of your trance. But for the rest of you, beyond your eyes, they call you corduroy. Your waterways doused in tryptophan, all in your veins, all in your glands, trapped in your glance. Stranger to these beds you pass in these many windows, whistle britches could never smell home. Yet forever loved by the sights, by the spectacles, and no earth eyes ever measure your size. As the wind whistles muted scramblings and scratches of your mind. All right, so I just got one more. It's called Purika. As a cure, we were all poisoned with flowers, spoiled by experience, taste, and travel, enchanted by the infinite. And now it is so hard to sit still here. It is so hard to be restful and quiet. Yet the kind of racket needed to come back to life is always so very tempting and forbidden, yet mundane. Mentioning murdered murmurs and fate delayed and belated, your sea is planted in your chasm, juicy geyser erupting, begging to flood and leave abandoned dry and dirty natural sewer. As a cure, we were all deluged with pleasured moisture and food, as well as the company of company. Soon we again and again learned that we're always gonna be missing something, and that we're always going to be missing somebody, wanting to enjoy to the utmost degree what we have gathered and possess already. The places we revisit to sit in, to relate in relation, to pivot and pause, turn lights out and fireplace on. Sometimes by yourself with the windows open, the wind fairly mild in temp, calm in commotion and temperament, pure darkness except the light infiltrating as the mellow, more mystical cloud broken and broke, to smile about it, to smile at it. As a cure, this place is not only haunted, it is abundant yet humble. I don't want to go home, for isn't this just as much it? The power in red chi shake, thrusted and channeled through persistence. As a cure, we once painted ourselves in the foulest of conditions in character and position. The authenticity of smoked inner parts never so green, never so blindingly exposing. The places we are going and the gates we are closing, they called themselves Purika. Thanks, y'all. That's about all I got. So is there anybody else who might have any, before we say the actual farewell, is there anybody else who might have something to say or express or anything? Well, the mic's still a little warm here. Anybody? And once again, I'm going to make another call. Caleb, has he shown back up? I also have to mention Joe Shelton. Joe Shelton. All right, unfortunately, I have to say night-night, y'all. As far as this, the bar is still open. Please tip your bartenders. Come back and see us here at Sovereign Kava for Poetry Open Mic Asheville. And remember, Friday night, about 9 p.m., the lactones are going to drip it down. So y'all be sure to come and get a little loose and flowing with that. Thank y'all so much. Love y'all. Please come back and see us. Tell your folks about it. Tell your friends. Tell whomever. This is Poetry Open Mic Asheville. And please vote for the mic as your favorite and this bar is your favorite and all that good stuff. Taylor France for local villain as well. Cheers, y'all. Y'all be good. We'll see you next time.